Namaste. Hi, it's Kala. I'm so glad you're here. And today I wanted to do a short video on some ways to work with affirmations. And I have a playlist. I will put the link somewhere around the video so you can see more about affirmations. Now, the reason I'm excited about affirmations right now is because I've been using them more. Literally, I want to say a little over a week, not that long, and I'm already seeing changes. Okay, so guys, this is really, and that's why I'm excited about it, and that's why I'm a teacher, because when I find something that works, I don't want to just keep it to myself and like, oh, I'm just going to use it. I really get excited about sharing it with people. So I don't have this all scripted or anything, so actually I'm going to write down what I say in there, so I'll be able to put it in the description. So I have been more seriously working with affirmations because I had some specific goals. So I just wanted to, in this video, maybe give some ways that you can make affirmations fun, just to get started, like how to get started with them. Not specifically about how to form them, but about different methods. So what I'm thinking, one of the ways is to literally, you could write your affirmation on a mirror, because you go to the mirror, you know, in the bathroom, you go to the mirror so much, or, you know, in your bedroom, write your affirmation, your main affirmation above your mirror. Or, you know, in lipstick, there's a woman called Marissa Peer, and she is a hypnotherapist. She's worked with a lot of famous people and like broken them through long-held beliefs, and she says just take some lipstick, write it on the mirror. Of course, you could just, you know, write it or whatever, make it look pretty, like if you're into that, scrapbooking or whatever, and then post it on your mirror. So that's one way, because you're going to see it all the time. Instead of the mirror, maybe on the fridge or somewhere or by your desk, okay? So you post your affirmations is one really important and fun way, because what's good is you'll sort of accidentally see them. You'll be like moving around your day and they'll pop out at you, okay? So that is one great way. Another way that you might want to try is recording your own voice doing the affirmations. Okay, so once you've got your affirmations up, right, once you've got a bunch of them that you want to work with, record yourself and then just play it back. Now, the ideal times to hear it before going to bed, your mind is more open, you're starting to really relax, so that's a great time to play them. You could play them on a loop, so as you fall asleep, you're hearing them. That's really, really good. Or do it in the morning, play it in the morning as you're making your breakfast or making your smoothie, right? So that's one way, record it. Another way that I've done on my Mac, it's not quite affirmations, it kind of goes into the vision board, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Just make, like on my Mac, I forget what I used, I think it's iPhoto, right, or now called Photo. I just made a series of images, right? I basically had different snapshots, and you could just do them and put affirmations on them. And then I made it into just into a loop where you could kind of just sit and watch the images with the affirmations, and they just come up and like a slide, you know, make a slideshow basically. And that's nice if you're visual to have that. So that's one way you could work with the affirmations. You could, like I said, just have the text, or you could have a picture with the text superimposed. And like I said, I used Photos in Mac. It was pretty easy. So that's a third way to work with the affirmations. And then the most recommended way is to simply sit with them and maybe spend 5 to 10 minutes just repeating them, again, in the morning or the night. I just wanted to read you a great quote from Louise Hay. She said, "What you think and what you believe is what will come true for you. What you think and what you believe is what will come true for you. Your thoughts create your life, and when we can get that, we can create enormous changes. What you think and what you believe is what will become true for you. Your thoughts create your life, and when we can get that, we can create enormous change." I know, you know, it can be what people often do who don't want to really work with these principles is they then say, well, if that's true, then blah, 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 blah. But, it's almost like they will find exceptions to the rule, okay? And then not even try it. What I would say to you is, from my experience, when I have worked with affirmations and with my mindset, I have always seen results. So there's something to it. It's not about how you're going to be able to immediately then, refute it and prove how smart. We can all prove how smart we are. It's, do you want to change your life? And underlying it, Spirit wanted me to share this is, horrible things could have happened to you, and they did happen. I would never negate things that happen, or structural issues, make it harder for women, or certain races and ethnic groups, and even around the world. There are conflicts based on race and religion all around the world, not just even talking in America. So these things are true factors, but if you want to improve your life, you have to believe that you have some power as well. Okay? Does that make sense? If you just say, this is the truth, therefore nothing can improve for me, nothing will improve. That's absolutely the case. But if you can work with your mindset, and affirmations is one great way, if you can work with your mindset where you start to feel, okay, but I have power despite this, and you may want to focus on someone who is very similar to you, who has excelled. So, whatever country you're in, you could be, around the world watching this. There's someone of your similar background, age, ethnicity who has had some success. Focus on them, use them, and get yourself psyched up and say, I can. And so even though there are outside barriers, you're able to get through and push through and accomplish your goals. So you have to have that belief. I've brought this up before, not that you've seen every video, so I'm going to bring it up again because you probably haven't seen it. When I was younger, I was really, really gung-ho about this. It just naturally came to me, and I would have these successes even from a very modest background. My background was really working class, basically poor background, immigrant. And I would have friends who would say to me, but things happen to you. Things happen to you, they looked at the end result and said, oh, it's something with you, you're special. And I would try to say to them, no, it's that I believe. I believe before I see the proof, okay? And that's what all of these New Age teachers say. And I'm telling you, I'm not just parroting them, okay? I really want you to hear this. I'm not just repeating what they say. I believe we're in co-creation. So yes, something horrible can happen. Then what do you do that, you have a better outcome than somebody else who the same thing happened to? Does that make sense? Somebody's in an earthquake and survives, and you're in an earthquake and survives. And then how does the mindset move you forward more than the person who just gives in, who gives in to despair? Okay, this is true in your heart. It's just very hard to, it can be, but you can overcome it. It's hard to you have to almost jump outside of your own mind. I was talking to a friend earlier, and I was saying to him the Einstein quote, and it's something like, the mind that created the problem is not the same mind that will be able to solve the problem. Okay? So it's like Louise Hay is saying, what you think and believe is what will happen to you, what will come true for you. It's not necessarily what's going to come true for somebody else, because what I have seen, and I know, well, I'm going to talk about it in another video, but so affirmations can work. There are outside structural issues and disparities. Absolutely, absolutely there are. But until you say to yourself, I have control, I have, certain amount of control, and really believe it, and even if you tell yourself, it's all, I have complete control of my life, and you do in terms of how you respond, right? How you respond to negativity, how you respond to challenges, and you do, okay? So work with affirmations, and just to recap, you could write them somewhere that you see them all the time, like on your mirror, or on your fridge, or by your desk. The second one was make an audio I believe the third one was make some sort of slideshow of them if you're more visual. And I think that was the 3 different ways to kind of make affirmations fun. And of course the main way is to just simply read them, but also feel them. They come to life when you can feel them. And so do it privately where you can really, really feel, let yourself feel the emotions, whether it's a relationship that you're wanting, it's a better apartment or home, whatever it is that you're desiring. As you do the affirmation, don't just repeat it like a robot. Repeat it with feeling. Repeat it with feeling over and over. And the subconscious mind is permeable. Okay? It'll soak into your subconscious mind. You'll start to see the world literally. And again, even people who they haven't heard you do the affirmation, and that's what I'm seeing. You do the affirmation and it's like you emanate out your spiritual energy, your aura, then pulls in people who match that. It is fascinating. I just really wanted to share this with you because this has been happening for me as I focused on affirmations, very much in the short term, and to start to see results. So I just really wanted to encourage you to start using them and work with them so you can start to improve your life in a way that brings you more peace, more abundance, more joy, more happiness. Namaste. Be well. If you would like to work with me with coaching and in terms of getting a spiritual practice so that you can lift yourself out of stress, if you have health issues that you're dealing with that have stress as an underpinning, which most of them do, so building a spiritual practice that works for you to have more joy, more abundance, and more peace in your life, get in touch and I can work with you at a distance, giving you specific practices to do for you, and then we can talk or Skype on the phone and follow up and just sort of coach you through incorporating these changes into your life. Again, namaste, be well, be blessed. Bye-bye.